Hi guys, so I'm just going to do a response video. The person I'm responding to goes on a bit about organic and locally sourced meat as well as vegan activists. So I thought it would be a good video to respond to.
Around vegans. I saw a poll recently. The question was asked, would you rather have a vegan come to your door or a Jehovah's Witness? And the lion's share of people would rather have a Jehovah's Witness come. I think it's true. I mean, I watch their videos and I guess I'm looking for information, or I'm just so curious about it. I watch their videos and they're just hateful people. What's so funny is that they profess to be so in touch and so kind, and it's all about the animals. And you know, maybe they're kind to animals, but they sure are not kind to anyone else. I mean, they're just awful. So I wouldn't want to be associated with that if I did.
Right. So I don't think most vegans are hateful. I think it depends on the channels that you watch. So for example, Vegan Gains he's quite mean in a lot of his videos. I think that he tells jokes which are a bit kind of rude and a little bit offensive, but that's his kind of line of activism. I think that he kind of likes to get on people's nerves, and I think that kind of makes people watch the videos a lot more, which is probably why you've seen his form of activism. But in terms of channels like my own, I actually try to stay calm as much as I can, even when the people that I'm talking to are quite rude towards vegans. Even when they make kind of nasty little jokes and things, I just try to keep calm, because I don't think it's, you know, a very good thing to get annoyed, and I don't think you really get your point across that way either.
You know, another thing I think rubs everyone the wrong way when it comes to vegans is, you know, they claim to be activists, that they are protecting, or they have their goal is to eliminate the abuse and murder of animals. You know, I don't want to be cruel to animals either, and I don't like to see animals suffer, and I'm not super excited about what takes place at feedlots and these huge factory farms. I try not to, the meat that I eat, we try not to buy meat like that. We try to buy stuff that's local, you know, like we just bought a half a cow, we split it with some friends, and it was pasture fed and, you know, all organic, you know, but you know, it's not always an option for everyone.
So locally sourced meat doesn't mean it's humane or ethical in any way. Locally sourced meat could be factory farmed. And this was very evident when I went to Hungary, and there was a nice castle, and inside the castle was an agricultural museum, and outside was a load of different stalls which showed you on massive posters exactly how the animals were treated. So it's very open about, you know, how they treated their animals. Now, some of them were free-range farms and some of them were actually factory farms. I was shocked by one of them because they actually used a farrowing crate, and they showed you the farrowing crate, and then they showed you actually slitting the animal's throat, or the animal being hung up and killed. So yeah, it was quite graphic, and I think it kind of, you know, but at least you could see how the animals are treated. But saying kind of locally sourced meat is ethical or it's humane, you have no idea if that meat's factory farmed unless you actually go to the farm. Now, even if you went to the farm, they're not going to show you every single aspect of the farm. They're probably not going to show you the slaughterhouse process. They're probably not going to show you you know, elastic band castration, which is where they tie an elastic band to the cow's balls, and the balls actually wither off and die. They're not likely to show you any of these processes. In England and in America and in, you know, Australia, New Zealand, these processes are very, very, very hidden from the public.
But you know, it's not always an option for everyone, and I don't see a whole lot of vegan activism on YouTube. What I see is a bunch of people that are running around on permanent vacation, asking people to support their lifestyle through Patreon or whatever, while they hang out on the beach and preach to everyone about how much holier they are than everyone else. That everyone loves that.
Right, so I think everyone has the right to support whoever they want on YouTube. Now, at the same time, I think political or religious activism, I think that's a lot more important, because the person actually believes that they're making the world a better place by doing that activism. Whereas with, you know, things like film theories and stuff like that, you're not really making the world a better place by doing a film theory. You may well be by doing environmental activism or vegan activism. So that's why I think those forms of activism are more important. Now, I really feel like you can actually do a lot for animals without needing to be funded. For example, you could open up your own, well, maybe you would need the initial funding to do this, but you could buy some equipment and actually sell things like vegan pancakes, and, you know, underneath the vegan pancake, you could have a vegan leaflet which tells you that the pancake was made with no eggs. I think that would be a very good form of vegan activism. I also think if you're an illustrator, you could diversify and do, you know, pictures for vegan children's books, and you may not get paid for that, or you may get paid for that, but even so, it would actually increase the amount of business that you're getting in. Things like doing a PhD, kind of choosing a topic which will actually benefit animals, again, that's something that you can do to help them. So, for example, doing a PhD on a vaccine which commonly uses animal products, and seeing if it's economical to use a non-animal product in that vaccine. Again, that will possibly help save the lives of millions of animals. So I think that should be your focus should be about how you can help animals in your life, and how you can maybe do more to help them with the skills that you have. So if you've got a catering certificate and you work full-time in catering from Monday to Friday, maybe, you know, do a one-off festival for a vegan company. I think that there are ways in which every single person can help animals, and I don't necessarily think that involves funding Earthling Ed, but you can do if you want to. Thanks for watching, guys, and please subscribe and like this video. I'm quite excited. I've got a bit of an announcement. I'm actually bringing out an ebook. Now, it's a book called Vegan Tales, and it's aimed at 9 to 12-year-olds, so it should be really good.